Dried apricots are a sweet treat for dogs. They can be easily digested and are less sweet than the raw variety. However, you should be aware of the risks of exposing your dog's digestive system to dried apricots. Can dogs eat dried apricots? Dried apricots are delicious treats for dogs, and they have many benefits. They are rich in beta-carotene and fiber and can help your dog's immune system. However, they should always be consumed in moderation. Dried apricots have a high cyanide content, so your dog should never eat them in large quantities. It is important to check with your veterinarian before giving your dog dried apricots. Before you give your dog dried apricots, you must first stone them. The pit contains the apricot kernel, which can be harmful for your dog. If you don't remove the stone, your dog could accidentally eat the pit. To prevent this from happening, contact your veterinarian immediately. While apricots contain cyanide, the skin and flesh of the dried apricots are safe for dogs. However, the pit and stem contain cyanide, which inhibits oxygen transport in the body. Dogs can be severely ill or even die if they consume too much cyanide. Should dogs eat apricots? Some pet parents give their dogs dried apricots, but this practice should be avoided. Dried apricots are smaller than fresh apricots and are more concentrated, which means that your dog could potentially consume a large quantity of sugar. Moreover, some dried apricots have added sugar when processed, so you should check them before feeding them. If you want to feed your dog dried apricots, make sure you remove the pit and the stem and leaves. These parts may be toxic for your dog and could cause stomach upset and diarrhea. Also, it is important to remove the seeds because they contain cyanide, which can be fatal for dogs. Apricots are high in vitamins A and C, which support your dog's immune system and eyesight. They also contain soluble fiber, potassium, and dietary fiber, which can help reduce your dog's cholesterol levels. Moreover, the flesh of apricots is high in beta-carotene, which is an antioxidant that can slow down the aging process. Can dogs eat the apricot pit? Many people think it's safe to let dogs eat the pit of apricots, but there are certain dangers involved. The pit contains cyanide, a poisonous substance that is toxic to dogs. Limiting the amount of apricots your dog eats to 2 or 3 pieces a day is best. Dogs can't digest much fruit, so giving your pet small amounts is important. The pit, stem, and leaves of apricots are toxic to dogs, but they're safe to give your dog in moderation. However, serving your dog too much can cause diarrhea, vomiting, or sugar. However, these effects shouldn't last too long. However, it would be best if you always watched for signs of allergic reactions to new foods. Coughing, sneezing, or itchiness are signs that your dog may have an allergy to something. Dogs shouldn't eat apricot pits, but they can eat the fruit seeds. But be sure to remove the pit before feeding your dog. You should check with your veterinarian if you're concerned about your dog eating apricots. The pits and seeds can block your dog's intestine, which can be fatal. In severe cases, surgery may be necessary. How often should I feed dried apricots to my dog? Dried apricots are a great treat for dogs, but they should only be fed to your dog in small amounts. The dried fruit contains a high sugar content, so it is important to limit the amount you give your dog. Too much sugar may contribute to weight gain and other health issues. Apricots are a good source of vitamins A and C. Vitamin A is great for your pooch's eyes, while vitamin C helps support your pooch's immune system. Vitamin E is important for cell function and the metabolism of fat. Additionally, apricots are rich in beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that helps slow aging. Apricots should make up no more than 10% of your dog's diet. However, too much apricot can disrupt the digestive tract, so feed your dog smaller portions. The fruit can also be dangerous for your dog if the pits get lodged in its intestines. This could cause a bowel obstruction, which could be life-threatening. Dried fruit versus fresh fruit. Dried fruit is a great source of fiber and is low in calories. It is also packed with antioxidants and vitamins. However, dried fruit is also high in sugar, which may cause an upset stomach in dogs. This can have long-term health implications. Instead, opt for fruits like blueberries, which are packed with antioxidants and low in sugar. Dogs should avoid fruits containing seeds, pits, or rinds. When feeding fruit to dogs, make sure to chop it into pieces that are easily digested and chewed. Also, avoid adding extra fats to the food. Dried fruit and other processed foods like coconut flakes and apricots contain more sugar than raw versions. Consequently, feeding your dog these fruits should only be done occasionally and with your vet's approval. Dried fruit is not toxic to dogs but less nutritious than fresh fruit. Dried fruit contains more sugar than fresh fruit, which can lead to weight gain in dogs. Dried jackfruit contains natural sugar and fiber and is generally preferred by dogs. However, it should be kept in mind that grapes and raisins are highly toxic to dogs, so it's best to keep them out of your dog's reach. Does dried apricot contain beta-carotene? Dried apricots are delicious and a great addition to any diet. They are available year-round and are packed with numerous health benefits. They are a great source of vitamins A and C, as well as dietary fiber and potassium. Moreover, they can be frozen and canned without compromising on the nutritional value. Dried apricots are rich in iron, which is important for pregnant women. Women who are pregnant are at risk of anemia, a condition that results in a lack of healthy red blood cells. The iron in dried apricots can prevent anemia. In addition, iron helps the body produce hemoglobin, which is essential for carrying oxygen throughout the body. Organically grown apricots contain significantly higher phenolic compounds and vitamin A levels than conventionally grown apricots. However, other factors, such as storage and processing techniques, can affect the concentration of these compounds. In addition, organic apricots may be more susceptible to darkening, which in turn leads to the rapid decomposition of phenolic compounds. Is apricot poisoning possible for dogs? Apricot poisoning in dogs is an extremely dangerous condition. The fruit and pits contain cyanide, which is toxic to dogs. This poison is absorbed through the gastrointestinal tract and can lead to death if untreated. If you suspect your dog has eaten apricots, consult your veterinarian immediately. Symptoms can vary depending on the type of apricot and the amount consumed. In most cases, a dog can ingest a small amount of apricot pits before experiencing adverse effects, but it may only require a single pit for the dog to suffer toxicity. On the other hand, a large dog may be able to ingest several pits without suffering adverse effects. Dried apricots are safe for dogs when fed in reasonable amounts. However, it would be best if you were careful not to feed your dog whole apricots. Apricots should only make up 10% of your dog's diet. Remember that you should always consult with your veterinarian before offering your dog new foods. What is too many dried apricots to feed your dog? When introducing new foods to your dog, you should start with small amounts and monitor for adverse reactions. For example, dried apricots are high in sugar and fiber, which may cause digestive problems in dogs. They can also lead to weight gain. Always check with your vet before giving your dog dried apricots. If you have diabetes in your dog, you should avoid giving your dog dried apricots. The dried fruit is high in sugar, which is bad for diabetic dogs. The high sugar content may also lead to kidney damage. It is better to feed your dog fresh apricots instead. There are also choking risks with dried apricots. A dog's throat is much smaller than a human's, making it easy for the animal to choke on a seemingly harmless object. A blockage can result in painful diarrhea and vomiting. Even worse, your dog may lose its appetite or experience general discomfort.